Hi guys, so again, this is following up my last episode on fear, which I did a week ago. Although my fear is a usual fear, I think it's a fear that everybody has or thinks about at some point in their life. What happens if this changed? What happens if I couldn't go out, go on holiday every year, have time off when I want? If someone was to fall ill, depending on what age you are, if you've got children, could you be at the bedside without a boss or work or risk of losing your job? Everything downsizing. I'm going to give you my 5 main ways I conquered my fear. One of the things I did, which is probably one of the smartest, even to this day now, I think I did for the time, not so much now, is when I was 20, I remember coming across ISAs, hearing about how it works, and this is Einstein theory, meant to be the greatest theory about compounding effect. And I remember just dribbling money in there. And as I found when I got to 22, 23, 24, especially when my sports started paying me as well, I started to put more and more in there. But I realised that I can't be watching. If you watch something, temptation grows. So when I had ISA, it was basically, I just imagine it's for my retirement or so. So I always drip money in there and never looked at it, not seeing what was the sort of interest I was making. Although I know the interest was great, and every now and then I'll switch. So I was banking with for a better ISA. So what I tend to think, this is not what I call saving for the future. It's what I call impact money, fallback money. Now, when I say fallback or impact money, it's like things happen. Like I reckon it's every 7 years or so there's a recession or some sort of crash or whatever. And impact money means that if your company goes broke or go bust and you're made redundant, impact money means you don't have to rush. You don't have to go there looking for a job, which happened to me one time. And I was very comfortable. So it allowed me to go into martial arts because I didn't have that many, I didn't have as much overheads. So I didn't need as much income as a average person. So it allowed me to enjoy what I'm doing, enjoy the time, and I can slowly, gradually build my money back up, or the type of income I was having from the job. Now, one of the things I used to come across was some of you might think, yeah, it's all right saving money, but why commit to that? My friend used to say to me, yeah, you could die tomorrow. And the first thing I used to think to myself, yeah, but what happens if you don't? I've got a valid point. Live for the moment. You don't know what's around the corner, but I'm there. Right? It never happened to me. It never happened to him. And it's funny enough how I meet my friend now. He's one of my best friends, and he thinks I was very strange back then, but he wished sometimes he listened to me. But everybody's like it. 80% of people, okay, they don't think about the future. They don't plan for the future. They're in the now. They're in the moment. But the now is the future, because whatever you got now, if it's comfortable, you can come and go, do things more willingly. You want to keep that for the rest of your life. You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know how hard jobs are going to be. You don't know what's career going to have to be. And as you get older, your options is minimized. Okay, people want to employ people with a future, people who are young. As you get older, you got less, and people are training differently coming through. You want someone young, budding, and outgoing, and very energetic. While you're young, prepare to maintain a great life for the future. Don't overspend. Don't go out celebrating all the time and weekends. Blowing money on as much clothes as possible, flash watches, flash cars. I always believe invest first. I believe nice rewards of house, anything you might want to do in life, or even if you've got family, how you can spoil them, go on holiday, comes later on in life when it really counts. But when you're young, it's not so important, but it's later on. Now, the other thing I could call it is my reward money. It rewards me for my discipline. The discipline I had to put aside, the discipline I had to withhold on spending, immediate gratification as they call it, immediate reward. And if you can do this, again, it's training, £5 a week, £5 a month, £10 a week, £10 a month, whatever, and you build it up. You've got to get into that routine. First monthly, yearly, and then over a period of time, it keeps going up. As money grows, it won't matter because you're so disciplined to save, but it is a discipline. If you get it wrong, the things you can't do, you can't have an oversized house. The bills are too much, especially if you're surviving off anything like pension or, as I call it, retirement money. Your house has got to be downsized. You can't have the car you wish, the car you love, the car you dreamed of. I believe when I'm older, I'd love to be able to, no matter how big my family, grandchildren, again, I'd like to invite them all around once a month maybe with my wife and say, okay, this is our regular once a month slot when you come round, and there's a family appreciation day where we all eat together. Again, if you're tight for money, you can't do that. You'll be more watching about what you're putting on the table. Everybody has to maybe put in, which they might not want to do. And so it's nice to be able to do that. So that's another thing I was aiming for, to keep my family close together and we can chat, catch up and still know each other. But this is down the line. But people don't realise that what's happening in an early stage of life is a comfortability thing. You're comfortable, but if you want that comfortability to last, you plan for the future. Everybody, when they got a comfortable life, means you should be able to put something aside. If you haven't got a comfortable life, you might not be able to do that. But at some point in life, you are comfortable. This is when you've got to hold back and think, this is great now, but what happens down the line? And if you can discipline yourself to do that, when it really counts, you have no problems. If you've made great decisions, you're going to have a great life. If you made an average, mediocre, comfortable decisions in life, you have an average, mediocre, a comfortable life, but you won't be able to go outside a comfort zone. Okay, be extravagant. You're still going to have to be careful, watch your pennies, but that's the life you set up during your life to lead now. If you made bad choices and poor decisions, this is what's going to reflect on your life. Again, you can't control certain things in life, but every time something bad happens, it's for you to dust yourself off as quick as you can, positive, and stay positive, and keep creating your life for the future. Everything what happens is a now moment. It, again, is either going to get better if you focus and get yourself back on track, or get worse. When it comes towards the point where in life where you really, whatever age you think about, what age do you want to retire? But when it comes to that point of your life, you're going to say to yourself, what do you picture? Everything you've done, every decision you've made, every choice you've made is going to be a reflection at that point, at the age of 40, at the age of 50. So the end, or the point where you're going to sit back, relax and have the rewards of your life decisions, okay, is always at that number 40, number 45, 50, whatever decision, okay, whatever point in your life you think you might want to actually slow down and retire or relax. So basically I'm saying to you, life, yes, is a constant battle, a battle on decisions, choices, everything else. But the choice I made when I was younger at 20 was the best decision I ever made. I'm not quite sure what sort of like directed me that way. I know it was a combination of looking around, appreciating my own life, the way I've been brought up with my mum and dad, and I was looked after, never really wanting, knowing that one day it'd be me having to put the food on the table, the clothes on my back, supporting my own family. But then it's like I also came across people who was finding it hard to put the food on the table and so forth, and I thought to myself, I wouldn't want to be like that. So the decision you make now is also for the future. Although it's hard and you think, oh yeah, I'm young now, but I did it at a very early age and it did pay off. So guys, so this is my fear, okay? It's like, it's very strange. Some people would say, what's the worst fear? I had this fear right through. I just don't want to end up at the end of my life. I've had an absolutely amazing life from the word go. I was very lucky, very blessed. My dream job, engineering. I was a skilled toolmaker at the early age of 20, so I was really blessed in that sense. Computer engineering, and eventually when I left and went to martial arts, again from the early age. I went there once before full time when it was made redundant, and I went back into work. Then I went back again in 2000. I made that decision to go full time forever, and all this was planned. And at 2000 got married to my wife and took that journey. 2 years after, got into the biggest show, which is UFC, which definitely guaranteed my future. But everything is all planned to a point. I always said I would retire from fighting at 45, and I did that as well, which is a later age, but I wondered if I could stay as fit and healthy until that age. So a lot of everything you do in life is about decisions, but the decision you make in the early part of your life will definitely pan out and show and reveal itself and reflect on what you have at the end. So guys, I hope this is helpful. Hope it's motivating for people younger. Do not believe that what you're doing is gonna last forever. Just research it. Even if you're a multi-millionaire, got a great sports career or great job, people go bust. There's a lot of people claiming that they've gone bankrupt. It's a horrible thing. So guys, that's the end of another episode. Remember the main thing: savings, planning, and your decision making. So remember, the Fountain Youth is sweat, work hard, sweat more, and stay young.